Hello everybody, Donald Brooks again. This is a continuation of a program that we did, I think a couple of weeks ago. And the name of it was It Could Happen to You and Me. This is part 2. It Could Happen to You and Me, part 2. And it's about the Breonna Taylor case. And to tell you the truth, this is going to be going on for a while because I think it's been about 8 weeks since she was killed. Fact is, of the policeman that barged into the apartment, wherever it was, there was one arrest. No, it wasn't an arrest. One has been fired, okay? Lady gets murdered, one person gets fired. They don't have their job. I understand the other two have been placed on administrative leave. So we have a lady being murdered, an innocent person being murdered, and we have 3 people that so far has gotten a slap on the hand, got fired. Sure, he can go to another county, another city, get another job, go on with his life. Then we have 2 on administrative leave. We don't know how this is going to work out. We'll see. And continuing this story, this sad story, let me say this. I believe that, and I hope not, we're going to get some unrest in the streets. I think they're already protesting. I love protesting. I think protesting is the way to get things solved. It's the way without using violence. Unfortunately, too many protests turn violent. So the question that everybody is asking, why haven't these 2 policemen been arrested? Some facts are irrefutable, and one fact, and by the way, the facts I'm going to say to you are not even pertinent to this case. One fact is Miss Taylor was a outstanding citizen, hard-working lady, she was an emergency room attendant, and she was aspiring to be a nurse. I really don't care if she was a streetwalker, a lady of the night, or Mother Teresa. That doesn't make any difference. She's dead, and she shouldn't have been killed. But that's what the other side likes to do. They like to make us. And when I say the other side, I'm saying the establishment, because in this case, the police represents the establishment. They like to add stuff into the conversation that is not even necessary. I don't care what she was. Like I said in the last episode, she was a human being, and she's dead, and she's innocent. Another fact is, there were no drugs found. So what? I don't care if there was marijuana, cocaine, whatever. I don't care what kind of drugs were found. Makes no difference. She's dead. She was innocent. Like I said, no arrests have been made. And I found out the one reason no arrests have been made because the law is kind of tricky. Police have the right to get the benefit of the doubt. So basically, if a police murders you, it's got to be, and of course, everything needs due process, but we have to give them the benefit of the doubt. And the benefit of the doubt in this case stems from the fact that they thought, oh, and by the way, that's another tricky word, they thought. That's what they used to use 10 years ago, maybe not even that, maybe even more recent than that, a police. I thought he had a gun. He stops an innocent person because the person maybe has expired license plates. And he said, I asked for his license, and he reached, and I thought he was pulling a gun. No gun in sight. So the police are always protected by this benefit of the doubt. So what do we do? By the way, don't expect any of these policemen to be found guilty. As the laws stand now, they are there to give the police this out. I don't believe they're going to be found guilty of anything. I could be wrong, but I don't believe so. So don't expect that. What we need to do is change the laws. So that's where we stand now. We're going to keep on this Breonna Taylor case. I'm learning more every day. I mean, I'm just I'm outraged, like all of us should be. Now, I had promised, and I haven't forgotten, that I was going to do something different. We were going to talk about a lighter subject. I got a treat for all my Dawn Brooks fans. You're going to get two, as a country western singer, you can get two for the price of one. You're going to get two Dawn Brooks shows today. Hello, folks. Yes, it's me again, Donald Brooks, the one, the only. This is going to be a silly, fun show. So bear with us. You see this young man right here? This is my very special guest. This is Malik, right? Mm-hmm. And you know why he's here? Because I ask adults things like, I don't understand Humpty Dumpty. Why would he be on a wall? Why would an egg be on a wall? What do they mean the cow jumped over the moon? And grown people look at me like, I'm crazy. So they say, out of the mouth of babes. So I'm gonna ask a young man who probably has more insight. We're just gonna have a conversation. And we're gonna learn some stuff. So this one is gonna be entitled, Humpty Dumpty and Other Questions. So Malik, this is my book of fairy tales and nursery rhymes. So I don't know if it's the most famous fairy tale, but it's the one that's given me most consternation during my childhood and even now. Why would an egg, let's turn to, what page is it on? Humpty Dumpty. Okay, it's on page 8, okay. I love this book. Got all kind of fairy tales in it. Okay, there he is. There's Humpty Dumpty. You ever heard of Humpty Dumpty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now tell me, can I read it first and then ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. See, I've got a problem with that. Why would an egg be on a wall?
Because he wanted to.
Oh, because he wanted to. I never thought of that. Okay, all right. Okay. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. I can understand that. I can understand an egg being on a wall and falling. I got no problem with that. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Okay, I don't have a problem with the king's men, although I don't think anybody can put an egg back together. But why horses? Horses have hoofs. How can a horse put an egg back together?
They can't.
They can't.
Because they don't have hands.
They don't have hands. That's why the person who wrote this story didn't quite understand that. Maybe he had seen horses with hands. I don't know. All right. So Humpty Dumpty is a silly story, don't you think? Yeah, it's silly. Now there's another one. Jack and Jill. You ever heard of Jack and Jill?
No.
You never heard of Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water? You never heard that one? Even your mother didn't tell you about Jack and Jill?
No.
Malik's mom is here. I asked her to be on camera, but she doesn't want to be. She's trying to act like she's camera shy, but that's another story. Okay, how about this one? Little Miss Muffet. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Never heard of that one either?
Yeah, no.
You never heard of that one?
No.
All right, that's okay. Well, I bet you heard of this one. Peter Pumpkin Eater had a wife and couldn't keep her.
Oh, I know it.
All right, see, okay.
I know that.
Now, you know what Peter did? He had a wife. Why couldn't he keep his wife? And I know you're too young to have a wife. Do you have a girlfriend yet?
No.
You will soon. My first girlfriend was when I was 7. How old are you?
7.
All right, you're gonna have your girlfriend pretty soon. I know the girls are making eyes at you, but you know what's wrong with when you're a little boy? The girls chase you and you run away. But oh boy, wait till about 8 or 9 years. You're gonna be chasing them. Okay? I know, it happened to me. I was scared of my little girlfriend. She thought I was so cute, and I thought she was cute. I used to give her my lunch money. Brought some, she was so cute, and I thought we were gonna get married. I was just 7 years old. But you know what happened?
What?
After school, and during the summer, I didn't see her until school started again. I've told this story many times. When I came back, she had found another boyfriend. So, one thing about little girls, they will break your heart, but there's always another one. All right, now, what are we talking about? Oh, we were talking about, which one? Peter Pumpkin Eater. What page is that on? 51. Let's go to page 51. Oh, this is fun, isn't it, huh? All right, I'm gonna read it. Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. That's happened to a lot of us. Happened to me too, but that's another story. He put her in a pumpkin shell. Now wait a minute. You put your wife in a pumpkin shell? The shell, you know what a pumpkin is. You know how big pumpkins are.
Yeah, but they're not that big.
It's not big enough to put a wife in, is it?
Uh-huh.
Put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. Malik, when you get married, no matter if you get upset with your wife, don't put her in a pumpkin shell, okay?
Okay.
I think it's against the law. I'm not sure, but there's got to be a law against that, don't you think?
Yeah.
The best one is this one. And if you haven't heard it, we're going to talk about it because we got two. Oh, no, we got three. Let's go to Georgie Porgy first, okay? Georgie Porgy. Georgie Porgy is going to remind you of you in about 2 years when you get big enough to kiss the girls. Oh, yeah, you're going to be kissing girls. Yeah, you are, because they're gonna be writing you little letters. Oh, yeah. I said the same thing until that one little girl. Oh, man, I was on the second row, and she was on the third row. And I kept looking back at her. I was shy, but she was so pretty. Okay, now, Georgie Porgy. You ready? I'm going to read it to you.
Yeah.
Georgie Porgy, pudding and pie. Kissed the girls and made them cry. Now, I never kissed a girl and made them cry. I kissed the girls and made them smile. So make sure when you kiss them, they smile, okay? If they start crying, they got a problem. When the girls came out to play, Georgie Porgy ran away. You can't run from girls all your life. Man, eventually they're going to catch you.
Yeah, I always wanted young girls.
You don't want a girlfriend right now.
No.
What do you think your mother would say if you went home and said, Mommy, I got a little girlfriend. Her name is Susie Q. What do you think your mother would say?
No.
She said, okay, now the next one is this one. Now this is a great one because this is common sense. And little children have common sense more than grown people. What would you do if a spider was right there next to you? What would you do? What'd you do?
Run away?
Run away. You heard it. You heard it. You know what he said? He said he'd run away. So let's do Little Miss Muffet. Okay, here we go. Little Miss Muffet. She sat on a tuffet. Now, I don't know what a tuffet is, but I'm ashamed to say I don't. So I'm going to look up that word after I get off it, after the shoulder. Eating her curds and whey. Okay, that's kind of food, partridge, so it's not important. Then came a great spider. A spider came. Who sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. When a spider comes, you just run away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very so, you know. Grown folks don't understand these things. And the last one, I saved the best to last. As a matter of fact, I had never heard of this one until I read this book. But since you're a young man and pretty soon you're going to be giving the girls the eye, yeah, here it is. The name of this one is The Rose is Red. This is what you're going to say to your first little girlfriend. I wish I had heard of this one when I was a little boy your age. You ready for it? It's a short one.
Yeah.
The rose is red. The violet's blue. The pink is sweet. See, there she is, little flowers. And so are you. Yep, that's going to be your first line to your girlfriend, and she's going to love you forever.
Okay.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Now, you don't know about this, Malik, but I did a show a few weeks ago with a friend of mine. He was my second guest. Matter of fact, you're the third guest on the Don Brooks Show. I've had my director, Ari, who does a great job. I've had Dr. Adams, who I've known for many, many years. And I thought I was doing a great thing by offering him my autograph. And he looked at me like, you mean I don't get paid to be on your show? I don't get anything but an autograph? So I said, okay, fine. And people started saying, oh, you're so cheap. You don't give away anything for the Dawn Brooks Show. So you're going to be the first person to get something from Dawn Brooks for being my special guest. Here it is. A gift certificate to Dairy Queen.
Yay.
Oh, he said, yay. Oh, man. It's all yours. You can either have they have dip cones there. They have banana splits there. What's those other things they have there? What do they call those things? Dip cones, banana splits? Blizzards, you know? Hey, it's yours.
Thank you.
All right, we had fun.